Hi, it's Teresa here. Welcome to Sewing Tuesday. Today we are going to take all these fun, crazy scraps, some lace, some ribbon, just yummy stuff to work with, and make this small snippet roll. So let's get crafting. So what you're going to need is a base for your snippet roll. So I'm using this square fabric and I will be cutting it down. And then you need scraps. I like to use scraps, lace, just whatever you have on hands that you want to add on your snippet roll. This one's going to be on a smaller, it's going to be like a mini snippet roll. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut this little square down smaller because I want to make a mini version of it. This is part one of two. So this one we are going to just, I think I get 4 pieces out of this. I can't remember for sure. And yeah, I got 4 out of it. And so I just made this yesterday. You'd think my brain would be working to do it, to know. So I take my sewing machine and let's move you guys down to where you have a better view of the sewing machine. Here we go. So what I do is I take my 4 pieces and I put the right sides together. So the pretty sides is what I sew together because you want them, you know, you don't want a doll in, even though you're not going to see it a whole lot, you still want the pretty side up. And so here you go. And this is actually, as you can see, a snowflake pattern. And it is not a snowflake season, fall, winter. Ugh, brain can't speak. So sorry. It is not a winter themed snippet roll, but I'm using winter theme fabric to make my base. This is why I like using scraps because you cover it up, you can't tell. And so when you're sewing these other 2 parts together, you want the right sides together. So the raw seam that you have sewn is actually is in the front, on the back. So you have a smooth on the front. And then what you're going to do is just grab whatever scraps you want and start sewing it on. So these scraps that I'm using actually came from a hand quilt I'm working on. I don't know why, but I am determined to make a hand hexagon quilt by hand. A hexagon quilt by hand. Whew. And so these are all the scraps from that, and I haven't dared to throw them out. I just want to use them, so I've been using them. So we're going with there, and then as you can see, I added some lace on top of some of them, and I just sew the lace all the way down. So, and then I start adding more and different things onto it. Snippet rolls are one of those things where you can literally just add what you want. So I'm taking a flower that came off, it's fake, and I'm breaking it apart to add onto this. And they're really easy to take apart. I buy them at like the Dollar Tree or the cheap ones at Michael's that are like $1.99 type thing. And I use those. And that is actually what I use. I use them on here. I use them in like tons of different places. So I add one and then I just add more of this fabric. And I start adding it a different way. Like it's whatever you want. Snippet rolls are one of those things that you can just add whatever you want. And I think they look cute. So that is what I'm doing. And I'm really, I don't know, I love doing snippet rolls. The next Sewing Tuesday, I'm actually going to be doing the hand sewing, more embellishments and stuff like that onto here. And This is totally like everything else was from this quilt I'm working on. This was like some random bird, Christmas bird that I liked. And so I decided I wanted to add it. And then it actually turned out to be really cute. Um, so once I get done with like all of this, as you see, I am pretty close near the end. And so once I get done with it, what I do next is I go through it. See how cute that? I mean, just by that, it's really cute. You can't tell it was snowflakes, even with the lace covering. So what I do next is I actually get more flowers. Um, I want to make this pretty shabby. I'm going to add it into a um, quilt. Hello. Huh. Into a junk journal kit for a friend, my massage therapist, for Christmas. She loves shabby chic. And so that's where this is going to go. I'm going to make a few different ones. And so, because she loves to junk journal, she just doesn't have time. So I'm going to throw a kit together for her. So I'm just pulling out different fabrics. And like with this one, it has that little thing on the front. So I just kind of take it off. I'm going to add my own. It ripped the first level of those fabrics a little bit, but that's okay. So my second round over this, I am adding flowers. And to be honest, I would totally add, like, you can add buttons at this stage. You can add more lace. You can add, the sky's really the limit of what you want to add. But this is very short and very tiny, so that's what I add. So I don't know if it goes down. I honestly don't remember what all. So here's how the ending works. If you liked this, please give it a thumbs up and think of subscribing. I do a better up close. It's really cute. I really like it, but it's pretty small, which is perfect. She'll be able to put it on her different things. And then at the end, I do a pretty up close, which is coming up. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for staying to the end. Here's an up close. I would love to know what you think. What you think I should add to it. Thank you for joining me. Bye.